Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be going over some of the basics in Gold Rush. These are just the most searched how-to videos on YouTube, and if I don't go over it in this video, I have other videos on it, except for like a worker's guide, because I don't have workers and haven't used them, so I'll have to investigate that myself. And so the first thing that we're going to do is just get some materials just to get set up without a loan. So you're going to need the hog pan with no pump, the hog pan sluice box core, the hog pan sluice box extension, and 4 hog pan mats, and that's going to run you $300. And you're going to have to go to the equipment store to get this stuff. So there's the $300. You're just going to throw this. It's telling you that it's going to be right outside the store here. And the reason I left that first part on is so you can see exactly where the equipment store is from when you start out. So I'm just going to back this up, we'll throw all this in the truck. And then some of the things we're going to go over is how to get magnetite, how to fuel the big fuel trailer, how to use the magnetite separator, how to return rented equipment, how to fill the mobile water trailer, how to upgrade the blacksmith, and then here, just a quick tip. I have a video on this as well, but there's story locations. So if you see it pops up on the right hand side there, it says story. So when you're close to these, it's going to start flashing, and if you get far enough away, like right now, it's just gone. So we'll go back, it starts flashing again, and then now it's completely solid. It means we're right on it, so it's right here. Pick that up. It's going to give you a 1% discount at the gas station and 1% discount at the equipment store when buying parts. So if you go around and collect all of these, which I have a guide to, you can save yourself quite a bit of money. But once you do that, you're going to want to go to the bank, which again we passed on the way in. It's going to show you the price, like per square foot, how much you're going to give whoever owns the property. So 30, 35, 40, or 45% of what you pull out. So you're going to look at the amount of gold is also a lot higher on those. So you're paying a lot higher percentage, but you're also getting a lot more. And Old Arnold is actually free to lease, so you can do that right away. And I'm just going to show you that there's multiple machine slots. You only start out with one. To get a second machine is going to cost you $20,000. So here is setting up the magnetite separator. You're going to need a pump and a fat water hose and a thin water hose and the magnetite separator. You're going to put this in the so it's going to suck water in to the pump, and then you're going to put a thin water hose in either of these slots going to your magnetite separator, and it's on the back side here. And then you're going to need a small voltage or low voltage power cable, if I can get that. There we go. So you plug that in, you'll plug that into the generator, and then now it'll have water and power. So we'll just put you can pour a bucket with gold and then use that bucket, but you'll at least need one bucket to start out because you can only get one bucket through that way. So we'll put one there and one here, and it actually says gold and dirt on it, but the dirt is actually the magnetite. And if you see, we started up right now, it's not doing anything. We have to turn on both the generator, which there's a switch here, there's your fuel up there, and then here's your fuel for the pump. And this button is actually on the side. This is your stop button, and then right here is a pull cord start button, or not a button I guess, but pull that, and then now if you hit the start button on here, it should start up, pour the water down, and that's going to separate your magnetite and your gold. So we'll pour our bucket in here. This bucket was not full, just a couple of percentage. We'll start this up. And there we go, we added 42 ounces of magnetite. So then we'll stop this and turn that back off. And then now I'm going to show you guys what you can do once you get your gold separated. So this is the starting way. You're going to pour your bucket onto here, and actually you can get both of these in that tent over there where you start. They actually give you 2 buckets and one of these on each claim that you rent or buy. And then if you just pop up the controls here, you can show figure out how to do this. You're going to lower it into the water. Once you get some water on it, you can shake it around and it'll actually start to dirty the water, which will then separate the dirt from the gold. And you're probably going to want to do this a few times where you'll dip it and then shake it and dip it and shake it. And then at a certain point, you're going to realize that it's not going to be adding any more dirt to the water, and that's when you know you've gotten all the gold that you can get from the dirt. And so then you'll go into the gold picking mode, which then you can start to pick out the actual gold using the snuffer bottle or the little jar. And the game will do that on default. It'll just pick it if it's smaller or larger, as it should say. Once you're done with that, once you get all the gold, you can just tilt to the side and you'll end up pouring out all the dirt that you don't want anyways. And then just click E to escape and then just drop that on the ground, grab your bucket, and do it again. Now we're setting up the wavetable, so if you've gotten this far, you wouldn't need the pans which we just used, but then you'll need power and water, and as you can see when I tried to turn it on, nothing started up, and that's because I took the hose from the wrong area. I took it from the actual pump and not from the magnetite separator. So we got to take this off, which is on the other side here, from the magnetite separator, hook that back up to the pump, and now we got water. And then here I'm showing you, this is what the water tower looks like. This is one of the big search terms. So if you just walk up to it, it turns orange and it says you can buy it for $150,000. This is where it is on Old Arnold's. And then here it is on the second claim. This is Rivertown. Same thing, you walk up to it, and once it turns orange, it'll allow you to click E and use it, and then you can buy it for $150,000 again. And then if you walk up here, there's going to be 3 outs. So you can send water out 3 times, and there's 2 spots to go in. And then if you see here, we're at 99%. This is how to fill the big fuel tank. So if you click on the door, you can bring that up as far as you want, however much you want to buy, and then click refuel. You'll get your fuel at midnight. So if you need to sleep to progress time, you run out of fuel, that's one thing you can do. And then here I'm showing you where to bring your magnetite trailer. So once you get your magnetite, you can just drop the bucket into the trailer. There's a little bucket that will appear, and you drive basically back to Old Arnold's, and right up here you can see there's a triangle that's lit up, or not triangle, it's a rectangle that's lit up, and this is where you're going to drive. You're going to bring your trailer so it's just in that square, and then when you click this, you can see we have 0 magnetite right now. There's a little, I'm just going to show you the bucket, or the percentage here. So we got 15% in the trailer, and then if you click this little button, there's going to be some black magnetite that goes down here and into there, and then you'll see our magnetite went from 0 to 8,263. So now if we go to, again, this is from where you start, going to the that's the bank, and then here's the blacksmith, or this is if you're starting from Old Arnold, you'd go this way. That's the factory we're just at. This is to the blacksmith here. So now we're going to sell this magnetite, or upgrade. This is one of the search terms. So if you get here, you can click anywhere on this door and you go to the upgrade area. Right now I have all of them, but you would need to start with the tier 1 stuff before you can get tier 2 in a straight line down. So if you bought the tier 2 of cost, you can't buy tier 3 of time. You have to buy them, the prerequisites. So we're just gonna sell it. So right now the price is $786. So then here is us filling up the mobile water tank, and if you use the big hose, it's not going to allow you to do it as long as it's hooked up to your trailer. Well, any hose for that matter, but if you're using the big hose, you can hook up to the water tower tank in town. This is right by the gas station. and those are a little off, and then this you're paying 4 cents if you see in the top right, so $975 total to fill up your tank. And we're not going to fill it all the way because we're going to show you how to fill it up a little bit later on. So we got about half, and then if you use the small hose, you can't actually fill up in town here. As you can see, there's only outs, and you can't fill in, if that makes sense. So again, here we need to put it on a flat surface, so we unhook the trailer. You can use a fat water hose, but you can't the way we have it right now. We need another, either the big diesel pump or the big water pump trailers, and we only have the small pumps with us. So the big water hose, or the huge water hose, I guess, is not going to work for us, so we're just going to unplug that for now. We'll grab a fat one, we'll put that in the in, because we want to bring water into the tank, and then you can't just run this down to the water, you need a pump in between there. So we got a small water pump here that will pump the water into the tank. So we want it going out of the pump into the tank, and then this we want to go into the pump from the stream. And so now if we start this, the water is going up into this tank here. It's not showing it moving, but it's slowly pumping in. The tank is just so big that it takes a long time. So you could use this to fill up and maybe get you through part of the winter if the stream freezes, or you could fill it up and use it for the mobile wash plant, so you don't need to go all the way to the creek, or you could fill it up and then use it on and off, as a pump for if you had your magnetite separator and wavetable in a weird spot. There's a couple of uses for it, but then if we hook this up, this going to the in, we want to put water into it and then water out from this. Well, we don't actually have any water, if you see there, so we're going to need to pump water in to our water tower. So I have this sped up again. We're going to take the same pump, we need to detach that so we can move it, and it's not on a flat surface, so we'll move that a little bit. There we go. And we'll grab this cable, which is still in the water, and we'll put that in, and then the other one's pumping out, so we started that up. Now we are pumping water into our water tower, which is going to take forever because it's so big, but it's actually pumping water into here right now, and I'll show you that in just a second here. So if we click here, you can actually buy it as well. So again, it costs the same 4 cents, but it'll cost you about 10 grand to fill it all the way up. And then there are little knobs you'll have to turn the water on and off through these as well. But then here you can see the amount, and then if we go to the equipment store to show you guys quick how to return something that's rented, we'll just rent this drilling machine. We'll click 1 for quantity and then rent. We will go over to the checkout window, and then we'll just order that. Then we're going to go to the transport window. We're going to add the drilling machine and then move it. That's $1,500. And now we are at our claim. We are just going to drive this over to the selling area. Wherever you sell anything else, that's where you're going to get rid of the rented equipment. But we're too close, I guess, so we got to move just a little bit more to the side. And if you guys want to watch any other of the videos of how to set up tier 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, I have all of those on my channel, which are linked in the description. And then there we are allowed to sell the machine. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch another video, there's a random video on screen and another playlist. Please be sure to share the video, like it, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so you're notified when I upload. And until next time, peace.